गिरना मत कोई है लेकिन गिरेंगे तेरे पे गिरेंगे। खान साहब
gets emulated. That's the reason that we want to do social advertising. We want someone like you to carry the message forward because we know that it's going to have an impact. So I don't know how much that you carry in your head, because that definitely can't make you free and make you probably that you say self-censorship. That would be something which keeps on adding layers and layers. And you probably censor lots of things. Do you think that somewhere it hampers art and authenticity, or which is sometimes more very real, but you feel it will have an impact of an adverse kind because coming from you? I mean, आपने negative character की बात की, आप एक negative character को एक तरह की ज़बान चाहिए, उस ज़बान को बोलने से शाहरुख खान इसके को शोभा नहीं देता, ऐसा इस घर का इस समाज तो कम से कम ये सोचेगा कि मैं शाहरुख के मुंह से ऐसा सुन के अच्छा नहीं लगा। शाहरुख को अपने but somehow you get trapped into the fact that you have a responsibility all the time.
कभी भी ऐसा बिलीफ नहीं, मैं एक्टर हूँ, मैं एक्टिंग के लिए कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ। जो बोले ये कर दो, ये मैंने कभी भी अपने आप को, when you say in third person, शाहरुख खान को एक्टिंग से ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं। मुझे लगता ही नहीं कि मेरा सोचना या मेरी स्टार्टअप, I always say, like you said, I love my employer. He's very good. He's wonderful. He pays me well. But it's not something that my belief change because of that man. तो मैं कर दूँगा, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कुछ लोग हैं जो काम करते हैं, वो भी सोच के आते हैं कि यार इससे ये मत कराओ, अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, इसको सूट ही नहीं करता है। And actors who do parts or say things, मैं तो माफ कीजिएगा, I hope I don't get in trouble. मैं बहुत तकलीफ में आ जाता हूँ क्योंकि यहाँ पर वो तो अभी की गालियाँ दे रहा है, उसको so I do get envious of the freedom that a lot of actors have, but I'm extremely grateful for the fact that I'm such a big star. The smallest thing I say can affect people's lives. And when you talk about social awareness, there are many times I don't understand the message, but I do become the message because I know it's important कि यार लोग कह रहे हैं कि मेरी आवाज से आएगा, मेरी शक्ति के साथ आएगा। किसी ने मुझे एडवर्टाइज करने के लिए कहा कि शाहरुख ये कर लो तो अच्छा होगा, लोगों तक पहुंचेगा, था तो तुम भी कर दोगे तो थोड़ा ऐड ऑन हो जाएगा। And I said, but it's gone now, it's over. So I didn't understand it, but I did, because it will make an effect. And there are times when I do not take the credit for the fact that I understand what the social awareness or the social message is. But I do understand that I'm important enough for the social message to make me participate in it. तो ठीक है, बस तुम कह रहे हो कर दूंगा, I understand that many messages I don't understand, and it's not because of lack of intelligence, but it's just that जरूरी है, हाँ हमें पता है।
So social, of course, one knows that social messages are good and somebody is trying to do something good to society. But how do you choose brands when you are choosing brands? How do you choose the credibility of a brand when you attach a name to it and to the people who are going to buy that product? So do you use any filter in terms of choosing those brands?
I believe that brands and advertising, they choose you, you don't choose them. you know, if I always have this strange feeling of and earlier I had my friends telling me sometimes, you know, don't do it, alcohol is not good. But what I would like to say in response to that is, if it is wrong, let's stop it. Stop all the practices that or otherwise. And if you feel like shooting the don't shoot it. But if it's wrong, let's stop it. Let's make it illegal. If it's illegal, I'll be very honest. In my 47 years, maybe by mistake, I have broken the red light. I'm a law-abiding citizen. But if it is wrong, it should not be done. But if it is there, and everybody's accepting it, and then you have this some silly, socially, super intellectual person saying, "But this is wrong. This should not be said." You can find a social message in it. My family, my friends, good thinkers like you, if you tell me Shahrukh gave up the way advertise, which is hardly a but nahi karo, to main nahi karunga. It does not make a difference. But I really believe that people think it should be advertised, it should be. But if it is wrong, if it's a wrong thing, let me tell you that no amount of advertising, no amount of stardom, no amount of messaging will make people. I'm not just defining my stance, but I believe that. No, I think personally a sign of times है. आप मुझसे बहुत पहले का हिंदी और भी गोर होगी और भी टफ होगी और भी प्योर होगी और वो इस भाषा को आज सुनेंगे तो वो बेचारे तो मतलब खुदकुशी फिर से कर लेंगे और बदलता रहता है हम जैसा ग्लोबलाइजेशन की बात करते हैं कहते हैं हम लोग सब करीब आ रहे हैं एक्चुअली फिजिकली हम कम्युनिकेशन वाइज बहुत करीब आ रहे हैं तो आई डोंट फाइंड स्ट्रेंज टुडे who might have a different way of, you know, conversing even in English. This guy's talking in English, कुछ मी ने बोला इसने, या बोला कुछ यू है. Very nice to meet you. You'll find this. आप अंग्रेजी नॉर्मल बोलते हैं, लेकिन मलेशिया या चाइना में जाके आप कुछ वैसे अंग्रेजी बोल रहे हैं. समझाना you should be saying, where's the hotel? That person will speak like that. Yeah, impersonating the person. इसको समझ बेहतर आएगा. I think ज़माना ऐसा है कि जो जैसे जिसको समझ आए वैसे ही वो बात करें. मैं अपने बेटे से वैसे बात करता हूँ. Yo, dude, see you, cool, yeah, screw you, bye. He doesn't talk any other way. And तो जो भाषा है, मैंने एक नया सिलसिला शुरू किया घर में कि मैं खुद गालिब को पढ़ा और अपने बेटे को बेटी को गालिब सिखाना कि थोड़ा बहुत उर्दू समझ आ जाता है. फिर मैं कभी के दोहे सुना होती भाई जो गया हुआ ना पढ़ने थोड़े तो मैं उनको समझा रहा और वो थोड़ा सा सोच जाते हैं. Okay, yeah, so what you're trying to say is love is good, yeah, cool. Say the full दोहा और मैं अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश करता है. तो लेकिन मुझे ये भी रिस्पेक्ट करनी है कि जब मैं उनसे बात करूं तो मैं उनकी भाषा में okay, good day, I want to go to bar, so I speak to them in their language, and because of this amalgamation, I should be very proud that all languages are now finally becoming involved with each other. You know, like somebody will write, you're not going back to bounce. You go, oh, what is bounce? But that's how they speak now. So I think उस माध्यम को, उस भाषा को, I think clearly use करना चाहिए जितने लोगों के सामने कर सकते हैं. अब भाषा जितना difficult बनाएंगे, मुझे लगता है उतनी वो use उसकी कम हो जाएगी.
ट्रांजैक्शन से कहीं आगे भी भाषा है कि अगर आप
मैं तो अपनी पिक्चर में कर रहा हूँ।
नहीं पर उसकी जरूरत और उसका इमोशन फर्क हो, क्योंकि जो सदैव से मैं जो एक तरह की खुशबू है कि आपको वो एसएमएस में खुशबू, क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है खुशबू पाना, तो शायद नहीं आ पाए। So I think somewhere there is an effort which I feel has to be made, and as you are making with your children, that something which called preservation, which is बहुत आसान होता है छोड़ देना, बड़ा मुश्किल होता है बचा के रखना, और नई चीज तो आएगी। So I feel we probably need to.
Absolutely. मुझे आप पर जब आप बात करते हो, मुझे खुद पर, हालांकि मुझे इतनी उर्दू हिंदी मैं इतना उसमें इतना अच्छा नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मुझको लगता है कि मैं जब भी बात करता हूँ तो मुझको थोड़ा कमाल है। I feel very proud of it. If you feel proud of the language, of the usage of the language that you have, whether it is Hindi, whether it is Urdu, whether it is Sanskrit, whether it is English, I think that pride needs to be instilled in everyone. उसके बाद SMS बोलो ना, लेकिन आपको मालूम होना चाहिए SMS जो है संदेश के लिए एक और वर्ड है। And I think that is something मैं सच बोलूँगा, मैं जितना भी मैंने काम किया है, मुझे ये नहीं मालूम कि मैं एक्टिंग में कितना अच्छा हूँ या मैंने फिल्मों में जो काम किया है उसमें कितना ठीक हूँ, लेकिन मुझे ये जरूर मालूम है कि हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में मुझे एटलीस्ट 40% एडवांटेज इसलिए मिला है कि मैं उस जगह से आया हूँ, उस अपब्रिंगिंग से हूँ जहाँ से मुझे भाषा पे थोड़ा ज़्यादा गर्व है। It has helped me with my profession. And I think when I day before yesterday, one of my people, Pooja, told me, "You can read Hindi? I can read Hindi. I can walk English. I can talk English, and I can walk Hindi, and I can talk Hindi." And it's absolutely, you have to be proud of the language that you know, and you need to be practicing it. And I think in our own small ways, Rajasthan Patrika or people in the houses, I think they need to make sure that जो language है, समझ तो लो, सीख तो लो, उसके बाद, like you said, छोड़ना बहुत आसान होता है, उसको बनाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। So I think people need to use it now. अच्छा लगता है, मैं तो बताऊँ सबसे सिंपल बात, लड़कियाँ बहुत इम्प्रेस होती हैं अगर अच्छी भाषा में बात करो।
हिंदी उर्दू चलता हो।
Absolutely. तो मैं सबको ये कहूँगा कि जितनों के भी लड़के हैं उनको एटलीस्ट ये बात समझा दो, उर्दू बता दो इस बात के लिए, तो एटलीस्ट they use the language properly.
Thank you on the lighter note. I think I've been indicated by your team that
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gulab sir. Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you everyone for waiting. I'm extremely apologetic again for being late, but it wasn't out of any tardiness or the fact that I couldn't afford to come in. Rajasthan Patrika personally, I met a couple of years back. 2 साल पहले मेरी मुलाकात हुई सबके साथ, and we have become like family, and I've learned a lot. Being there in Jaipur and Thank you. I have a question. ऐसा आसान सा क्वेश्चन पूछना कि गले गले मिलना है यार।
Yeah, hi Shahrukh. However pompous or humble.
Actually बहुत सारी चीजें हैं।
कुछ एक ही चीज थोड़ी ज़्यादा बोलूँगी।
नहीं मैं ज़्यादा नहीं बोलूँगा यार। ज़्यादा बोलूँगा तो पैसे ले लूँगा। But I'm just kidding. You can go. If I took you seriously, you would not be living tomorrow. I'm also kidding. But what my whole idea is that because of the kind of films that I've done and the kind of roles that I do with the ladies that I work with, the one immense thing that affects me is the role of women in this country. And not only in this country, I think around the world. So अगर मुझसे बोला जाए कि कौन सी ऐसी बात है या कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ है, और इंशाल्लाह जब मैं अपनी जैसे गुलाब साहब ने कहा अपनी कमर्शियल भाग दौड़ से निजात पाऊंगा, आराम से घर में बैठ जाऊंगा और मुझे लगेगा सब कुछ कर लिया जो करना है मुझको, I would actually want to say that women need to be treated with a lot more respect and love than they are anywhere in the world right now. And मुझे बहुत प्रेम है ऑफिस, सृष्टि इंक्लूडेड, मुझे बहुत प्रेम है। मुझे ऐसा प्रेम है जो माँ का है, जो बहन का है, जो बेटी का है, जो बीवी का है, जो दोस्त का है, को वर्कर का है। So I love women, and when I say that, a lot of people, take it frivolous, being a romantic hero and saying I love women. But I truly love women, and you only love people that you respect more than yourself. I truly believe that. So I think we need to show that respect. We do, I'm sure, but we need to show the respect for the part of humanity, which I think is the most lovable, that is women.
I think I would say the very right thing. Respecting women is the
As you mentioned, Kabir
Have, which nobody else has, is that we are extremely entrenched in our culture and religion and our beliefs. So I doubt it will go away as fast as we are scared that it might go away. But having said that, I think, sorry, I didn't get your name. Did you see it?
Rahul.
Naam to suna hoga.
I was called Vicky. Vicky was my name, and since there were a lot of movies with Rahul in them, so and Vicky, Vicky Vicky करके मेरे को चढ़ा कर रखा है बड़ी
Very good. Vicky और Monty villain होते हैं.
I know. I don't want to act as a replacement again.
But really, I seriously believe that actually even English as a language is dying. It's not only Hindi. We may, at this point of time, sitting here, think a language is dying. We would like, I think, possibly to think it's evolving into something else. With this huge, somebody told me the other day, I think the gentleman who's considered the forefather of social networking and actually the internet. I was seeing a program, not Zuckerberg, he's talking about someone deeper. But I was made to understand that, this whole idea of information and this huge deluge of information that is falling upon us, so much now accessible, is resulting in a bottleneck that we need to, as youngsters, as middle-aged people, as older people, be able to say, "ये बहुत सारा है, इसमें से चुनना क्या है जो सही है." That is going to be the next big thing in this world. The next big thing is not going to be technology or mechanics or language. The next big thing is going to be, what is the right path that you're going to choose out of this huge deluge and this overkill of information you're going to have. I think language is also going to have that. जो भाषा है वो बहुत चारों तरफ फैलेगी. सोशल नेटवर्किंग के जरिए भी हर जगह पे हम उसको हिंदी को भी सुनेंगे, पंजाबी को भी सुनेंगे. It's so amazing. Today, about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I wanted to hear Gurbani, I can't. But now I just figure it out, and there's a whole YouTube. And I have access to the strangest of things. So the fact is, it's all there. I think we will personally make choices of what matters to us. And I think, and I have hope, and I have belief, that the purists may find things changing a little, but the pure form of any lyricism, which is the language, or the spoken word, or the written word, or the sung word, will remain. Parents will do it, I think educationists will do it, people who are aware will do it, people like you who even ask this question are aware of it, means you will do it. So I think it will retain its some essence and goodness somewhere down the line. You don't try too hard. You just do the stuff that comes naturally. I tell you honestly, whenever I read a lot, I see a lot, and being an actor, it comes naturally to me to be aware of things that are happening. It's a natural instinct. And I think if you want to keep yourself relevant, one, to be relevant, you've got to be yourself. Anything that changes, the things that are changing around you is just a fact. It's never going to be of essence, neither is it going to be relevant. So if, I meet people who are so interesting because they know the earth they come from, not because they change their accent or the way they talk or the way they communicate. So I think if you remain yourself, and like Prasanth Saab said, अगर आप अड़ जाएंगे तो डर जाएगी, खत्म हो जाएगी. So I think you just be yourself and be aware of things, and you'll always be relevant. When people try to change themselves, I have a lot of people around, my friends, actors who say, what, you got to be like this. I was the first actor to say, this is my age. And people say, don't say, people will know. I said, does it make a difference whether the people are known? I know it. So I need to talk about it, and I talk about it. So I feel well, mentally, emotionally, and physically. But this is what I am. I think you need to be relevant by being honest to yourself. And that's it. There's nothing else you need to ever try. It's worked for me for 20 years. And like they say in America, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not fixing it. Just be yourself and be relevant. God bless you. Thank you.
A man with strong words, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause. At this point in time, I request Dr. Gulab Bhai to please come up on stage to give away a token of appreciation to our chief guest this evening, Mr. Shahrukh Khan.
It's nice that people ask me things and I can answer them back and hope some life is affected. Like मैं जब छोटा था तो मुझको काफी ऐसी बातें सुनने को मिलती थी एक्टर्स से जिसने मेरी जिंदगी को शेप किया. So I hope some of the things that I'm given an opportunity. I thank Rajasthan Patrika especially for giving me this opportunity and the honor of being a chief guest.
शाहरुख आपने जब बताया कि आप अपने बच्चों को दोहे सुनाते हैं, दोहे पढ़ाते हैं, तो कितना याद आता है खुद के बचपन जब आपके डैडी, आपके मम्मी डैडी they are teaching you Hindi and dohes?
See, my parents died very early. My father was मेरे फादर की जो अपब्रिंगिंग थी वो पूरे उर्दू का प्लेस थी. मदर की पूरे हिंदी की भाषा के बारे में I learned a lot from them. I think like every child should. जो भी मेरी सीख अपने बच्चों को है या जो है वो वही है जो मैंने बचपन में सीखा. और अभी की जो सीख है किसी को लिखने की है या एक्टिंग की है या काम की है वो अलग है. लेकिन आई थिंक आने माइंड इंडिया से जो सीख मेरी दूसरी ज़माने की है हमारे मीर या रूमी के couplets हैं या poems हैं या फिर what my mother taught me. I think the fact that they both spoke in Hindi and English has helped me a lot.
शाहरुख जाते चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस के बारे में बताते जाइए क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा दर्शक बहुत पसंद कर रहे हैं.
अरे लग जाएगा बूम यार.
चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस के बारे में
वो फिल्म भी एक्चुअली हमारे देश के कल्चर और भाषाओं के बारे में कंसेंसस के अकॉर्डिंगली मिला मालूम पड़ा है कि तकरीबन 1635 भाषाएं हमारे देश में तैयार हैं और इतना बड़ा देश है, इतना विस्तार देश है, तो कहीं ना कहीं पर ऐसी जगहें ज़रूर हैं जो आप सब में गए हुए जहाँ पे उनकी भाषा नहीं समझ आई, कल्चर नहीं समझ आई, लेकिन फिर भी देश यूनाइटेड है प्रेम की वजह से, प्यार की वजह से. जब हम क्रिकेट जीतते हैं वर्ल्ड कप तो सारा देश बाहर निकल के आता है हर भाषा के अंदर. So I think the film is about that. It's a comedic look at some of the misunderstandings we sometimes have because of the culture and language difference in the country. But having said that, the heart is Indian, and I think at the end of it all, we should see the film in that spirit and enjoy it.
Shahrukh, how true is that that you are doing a biopic? How true is that you are doing a biopic?
A great orator, a concerned citizen, a great actor. Please put your hands together to welcome our chief guest for the evening, the king of Bollywood, Mr. Shahrukh Khan. I think we definitely can get louder and give a huge round of applause. I would say everybody would want to say right now, kuch kuch hota hai. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to go up on stage, Mr. Siddharth Kothari, Director, Patrika Group, to come up on stage and welcome our chief guest, Mr. Shahrukh Khan.
बेकार एकदम यार.
Thank you, Mr. Kunari.
Normally in person, I call in person, but publicly present, sorry. And my public congratulations for this wonderful film that you've made, Agni Kabal. Extremely exciting, and thank you, Rajasthan Patrika. Thank you, Gulab Sir. And thank you, Siddharth, and thank you, the whole family. And this whole drive of social awareness through advertising or making stuff that makes people aware. This is genuinely, I've been made to understand, the biggest award, the biggest entries, the nicest and the wonderfulest of people participate in it. And in our own small, big ways, whatever we can do for social awareness, I think it's most welcome in every walk of life. So thank you for an extreme amount of apologies, but I'm in the middle of a promotion for my film, and commercially greedy as I am, and movie stars should be, I do feel credibility to that. So run around from one place to the other, you get very nervous and you get very insecure, but you have to keep doing what you have to keep doing. So I'm extremely sorry if I made some of you wait. And I was raining, and I know the traffic is bad in Mumbai, but I promise you, because of the presence of the whole group of Rajasthan Patrika here, and of course the most wonderful presence are, we will try and make up for it with a good conversation, which is deep enough and funny enough. So thank you so much for having me here. God bless you all. Thank you.
Well, Shahrukh, as charming as I was, he can be as talking about it. And when one sees you work, and you've also said that I work for a brand called Shahrukh. Now, when you're working for a brand, mostly you are expressing that brand. Where does Shahrukh Khan express himself creatively? Because if you've decided what brand Shahrukh is, I mean, we all work on brands, and the brand personalities are very important to us, and we make sure that we don't deviate from that. Now, as an artist, you have to deviate. As an artist, you've got to experiment. So when you want to experiment with brand Shahrukh, how do you bring in experimentation with maintaining the sanctity of brand Shahrukh?
President Sahab, I have a very simple twofold method. One, if I'm working for a brand, whether it's a film or it's a product, some of the nicest ads and advertising that I work with is what you have written. I don't think I can question what somebody wants me to talk about their product for. And so I take it as a challenge in terms of expressing myself, that whatever you tell me to do, I will try to do it in the best manner possible that convinces me and convinces everyone of the product, of the challenge, of the goods that we are trying to tell people to be aware of. And personally, when it comes down to expressing myself in a film or as an actor or an artist, if I may call myself that, it always has to be the lonely place in my bathroom. I lock it up, stand in front of the mirror. I've done a scene because my directors told me it should be like this, because a writer like you has written it like this. And I need to see the world through your eyes more than my eyes. I think an actor has to be prolific and unselfish. I need to be able to take up the challenge that whatever you want me to be, I will be, and make myself creatively satisfied too. But there are days, there are nights, more than days, where I feel I could have done the scene differently, or even sold the product differently, or talked about an important issue differently. That happens in the confines of my bathroom. I lock it up, go in front of the mirror and say, maybe I could have expressed it like that. And at the end of it all, not lonely, but I think solitude is the only companion that an artist has. So in that solitude, I sit back, sit down in the bathroom means not, I have a sofa there. I have a big bathroom which is very well functioned. And I sit down there and, think of it and do it in front of the mirror. But
what I was absolutely what Bart has answered. What I was sort of referring to is that when you have a brand Shahrukh to take care of, and people do expect certain things from you, and a certain kind of behavior, a certain kind of acting, certain kind of roles, but somewhere deep down an artist tells you, no, I don't want to do it. and brand Shahrukh tells you, no, people want this from you, and you better continue doing that. How do you, and I have been great admirer of your, some of your films, like Hammock also, when you did that, fantastic. So, where do you listen to the artist which says, no, don't adhere to the brand Shahrukh?
Whenever somebody tells me, actually, I'm like a child. So whenever somebody tells me, that's the only one brand that I want. I think the dominance that will stand out is going to be the emotional dominance or the content that you have to say. Because when it comes down to it, जैसे मैं क्रिकेट में बोलता हूँ कि 1.2 बिलियन लोगों के अंदर 11 लोग ऐसे हैं जो इंडिया के लिए खेल सकते हैं. बट 1.2 बिलियन लोग जो हैं उन 11 को पसंद करते हैं जो देश का नाम ऊपर लेकर जाते हैं. वो कहाँ से है? अंडमान से है कि निकोबार से है कि मुंबई से सचिन तेंदुलकर है कि विराट कोहली है कि धोनी है झारखंड से कि इट डजंट मेक अ डिफरेंस. जो देश का नाम या जो एसेंस है क्रिकेट का, जो हम मानते हैं राइटली और रॉन्ग कि जीतना चाहिए, तो जब तक वो करते रहेंगे, आई थिंक द डोमिनेंस विल ऑलवेज कम फ्रॉम whoever has the emotional strength to overcome. I don't think, I know, I mean, I would hope it's not going to be But I don't think the reason for your words mattering to me is because you are emotional content which I attach myself. So I think that will continue to be so.
No, very good answer, I must say. But if you, I was thinking, you even do films and at least I do. I feel, even when I was writing I was creating those little moments that I was creating scenes which were all and you start expressing them in the canvas which is there in front of you. Do you always look back in your past and you borrow the emotions when you are in front of the screen, the way of working? I mean, where do you borrow emotional energy for a particular character from? Is it from the script? Is it that it's all there, or you have to think of moments? I have talked to actors who say, I have to try to think of the worst moment I imagine that I'm there, or the funny moments or stuff like that, or it's a different way of working. I just want to understand how Shahrukh Khan would work.
I'm 47. I started working when I was 46, and to be honest, in the 22 years that I've worked in the film industry as an actor, professional actor, being paid for selling emotions, I have not even learned how to do emotions. All that I've done in my life is the emotions. So everything that I adhere to or think of or believe in, of course I've become very good now. I can cry without even thinking of a sad scene. And I can laugh without any reason. I have been able to artificialize everything. And there are days when I think because they're very personal, but there are days when I don't know that am I crying because I know how to cry, or am I crying because I'm sad? And the days when I laugh because it looks nice on a camera or a photograph to be laughing, even though there are no cameras around. I tell everyone that I don't know if I can act if I don't hear the sound of the camera. I don't know how to emote if I don't wear makeup in the morning. So the lines are blurred a little bit. But as far as I know, everything that I felt in my life has been before I became an actor. Post that, I don't think I felt too much. I've just told the emotions that I know for the last, I joined acting in cinema when I was 26. So yeah, most of the stuff that I know how to do in a film belongs to the part before I started selling it. It was all made, it was all collected, it was all observed, it was all absorbed, and now I just dole it out when I'm called upon to do so. But in the last 20 years or 21 years of my work, I don't know if I've learned any new emotion that I didn't already know.
That's exactly what I believe. I mean, your emotions are all somewhere even the drive we talk about, and I was reading about a few writers who accepted that, all their writing is attributed to that one little toy they didn't get in their childhood, and they can't go back and get it, and they're sort of trying to get it all through their lives through various attempts. So I agree with you. Since we're talking about concerned communication here, and when films come, and especially with someone like you who has a huge impact on people, do you feel responsible for at times for the social messaging which goes through cinema? A lot of these my actor friends and I sometimes debate this, that that we are just entertainers, and I don't agree with them, because if you say you're just entertainer, I can expect a spectacle to be just an entertainer. एक जादूगर जो हैट में से खरगोश निकालता है, मैं उसको एंटरटेनर मान सकता हूँ कि वो जस्ट एंटरटेनर है, उसका कोई कॉन्टेक्स्ट नहीं है, इट्स आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट, इट्स जस्ट अम्यूजिंग यू, बट यू आर नॉट जस्ट अम्यूजिंग, you are borrowing from people's lives. Your stories are borrowed from their lives. The emotions are somehow connected all the time with their lives. So if you say something through your film and it has an adverse impact, and you sometimes do you feel, probably I should have said this in the film, or this has not gone well with people, I've not been able, I don't know how many times you felt that, but do you feel that there is a filter out there which needs to be exercised when you choose your films and express yourself in cinema, or you can just get away with saying that this is just self-expression and I'm allowed to do exactly what I feel like?
I think गुलाब साहब मुझसे यही बात कर रहे कि हम जिंदगी की होड़ में दौड़ में लगे रहते हैं, कभी ना कभी कोई अच्छी बात भी करें, और अगर ऐसी आवाज़ बन जाए जो आपने चूज ना भी की हो कि आपकी बनने वाली है, अगर वो बन गई है तो फिर उस आवाज़ से अच्छी बातें करोगे तो अच्छी सोच लोगों तक पहुँचेगी। आई थिंक जितने भी एक्टर्स होते हैं, मैं थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा लिखा हूँ, तो मुझको ऐसा लगता है मेरी अपब्रिंगिंग अच्छी है, माँ बाप अच्छे थे, अच्छी बातें बोलते थे, मैं बच्चों को अच्छी बातें सिखाता हूँ, और खुद भी नेचुरल एक थॉट रहती है जब मैं फिल्म में काम कर रहा हूँ। आई डू बिलीव एनी एक्टर हु इज सेल्फ अवेयर will never do a film which is not an extension of his personality. मैं अपने आप को कितना भी अच्छा एक्टर मान लूँ, तो मैं ये वाले पे रोल कर सकता हूँ, वो भी रोल कर सकता हूँ, मैं प्रिपेयर भी कर सकता हूँ, मैं प्रेप भी कर सकता हूँ, lot of things I can do to change my personality and be the role that I want to be. But as hard as I may try, I don't think it can ever go beyond my own upbringing. तो कहीं ना कहीं पे मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मेरी अपब्रिंगिंग काफ़ी सुलझी हुई थी, और मेरे माँ बाप ने कुछ अच्छी बातें सिखाई हैं, पढ़ा लिखा हूँ, और थोड़ा सा भी मैं गलत बात करने से पर्सनली आई एम शाय, सो आई हैव एन इशू, कुछ चीज़ें मैं नहीं कह सकता फिल्मों में, मुझे लगता है साथ में बैठ के बच्चों के देखूंगा या अकेले भी देखूंगा तो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा। सो देयर इज अ natural censorship inside my system, I believe, which happens. But having said that, I don't know if that censorship is so personal that it may, and it does happen, especially my sense of humor sometimes, that people take it wrong, it hurts some sentiments, it disturbs a lot of people, and I also know that sometimes people will come to me, अरे तुमने ऐसा क्यों किया? तुम अभी ऐसा नहीं कर सकते। मुझको अगर कोई बोल दे कि तुम अब बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट हो गए हो, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, तो मैं वो जरूर करूँ, क्योंकि वो मुझे बड़ा गलत लगता है, क्योंकि मैं अपने आप को खुद इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं समझ सकता। मैं अपने आप को वही रॉ 26 साल का लड़का समझता हूँ जिसको एंथुसियाज्म है, अच्छाई है, रॉनेस है, पागलपन है, एनर्जी है, राइट रॉन्ग की समझ नहीं है, बस करता जा रहा है। When I do a film or a scene, I believe it's my first film, and I will never get another chance to do this. And simultaneously, I believe this is my last film. I may never get a chance again to do this. So I do it with that gusto and love. और मुझे लगता है कि ये मोमेंट जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, हो सकता है मेरी आखिरी हो, और ये मोमेंट मेरी पहली है, इसके बाद मुझे काम मिल सकता है। So I have that humility and I have that importance attached to the moment. And when you have that, chances are that you will not do something beyond the understanding of your own personality and upbringing. तो कहीं ना कहीं एक नेचुरल चेक रहता है। उसके अलावा मैं बदमाश हूँ। I don't right thing to say, मेरे फादर पठान थे तो बोलते थोड़ा हरामी है। So in a good sense, not in the way the word actually means. that the mothers say normally. It would not be the father who says that. But you say
जैसे गधा कहते हैं.
अच्छा गधा करेगा. शराफत में मेरे को प्रश्न ने बोला है गधा बोलते हैं, एडवर्टाइजिंग में गधा बोलते हैं. बट मैं थोड़ा सा बदमाश हूँ, थोड़ा सा नॉटी हूँ, एंड मेरे माँ बाप के साथ मैं दोस्त था. पैर भी छूता था, लेकिन I could talk anything to them. So I have a little sense of madness, little feel of कि थोड़ा बहुत चलेगा यार, एक ही जिंदगी है, कुछ ऊपर हो गया नीचे हो गया, अल्लाह भी माफ कर देंगे, माँ बाप भी माफ कर देंगे, बच्चे भी माफ कर देंगे. सो थोड़ा पागलपन रहना चाहिए, लेकिन अपने काम के जरिए मैं बहुत कोशिश करता हूँ. जैसे मैं एक एग्जाम्पल दूंगा, मुझे कई बार रोल दिया गया है एज एन एक्टर. आई वुड लव टू डू इट, आई एम ट्राइंग टू, आई लव बैड गाय रोल्स. बट एक दो ऐसे किरदार हैं जिनकी बायोपिक पे मुझको रोल दिया गया. मुझे ऐसा लगता है हमारे देश को उनकी वजह से नुकसान हुआ. My father was the youngest freedom fighter for this country. In a strange sense, मुझे मालूम है अगर मैंने वो किरदार प्ले किया तो कहीं ना कहीं पर वो राहुल या राज बन ही जाएगा कि कितना भी बुरा आदमी है, लोगों को पसंद हो जाएगा. एंड आई थिंक हमारे देश के हित में उसने काम नहीं किया है, तो मैं वो नहीं करता. हालांकि एज एन एक्टर आई रियली वांट टू डू इट, बट एज ए पर्सन I don't want to do it because I don't want him to be glorified. And be in that space. क्योंकि कितना भी बुरा आदमी हो, सॉरी मैं थोड़ा शो ऑफ कर सकता हूँ, कितना भी बुरा आदमी हो, अगर मैं हाथ फैला कर कह दूँ कुछ कुछ होता है तो प्यार हो जाएगा उससे. So I refrain from doing that. So I kill the actor in me sometimes to be righteous about the things that I say in my films. But I'm not completely righteous. I'm not the one to be put on a pedestal for any kind of values. As a matter of fact, I would tell anyone who has children that I tell my children not to be like me. So please don't tell your children to be like me. You should just be happy, be like some other great man that they want to be. But I'm not.